Hello, everyone. Are you excited? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Okay, so I'm just going to read my keynote address. First of all, I just want to let you know that you are all special. Please just know that you are very special, and we are all change makers. I was talking to someone earlier on that no matter what we do, however little, I wish that man was here when he was asking us if our children are in private schools. I want to ask him too if his kids are in government schools, so that we can both ask each other that question. Enough for people to gaslighting us. I didn't want to talk back then because there was no time. You don't ask us if our children are in private school. We are from different privileged backgrounds, so that should also come to place as well. And we are all women. Some of us as husbands, yes, who also sponsor the children to school. So please, they shouldn't be asking us such questions. I think it's wrong and it's rude. Excuse me. So I'll go right now to my opening. So distinguished guests, sisters, brothers, mamas, grandmothers, I'm happy to be here today, and it's an honor to stand before you today to speak on a matter of profound importance to Africa's future, investing in women and sports. I would like to begin with a story. So a few years ago, during one of our outreach programs at Fame Foundation, I met this beautiful girl. So she was playing, we work in rural communities, and we usually target girls in sports. Of course, after a while, some of our partners insist that they want us to work with men. So we had to add boys, like 20%, girls 80%. So she was playing football on this dusty field. No boots, no professional coach, no proper pitch, nothing, just raw talents and a determined girl who wants to make it in sport. She did everything with confidence. She played with courage. She moved like someone who believed in what she wanted to do. So around that way, dreams, aspirations and all that. So now, football, they say that it's not for girls. She told me that they asked her to stop playing football. And of course, some of you that know Nigeria, my country, the number one sport is football. So please permit me to talk about football from that context. So, and this is not a future for you. You marry. If you are playing football, you have muscles. No man would desire you and all that. You look like a man, So she said that to all of us that day when I approached her. Now, the core question. So when I watch this girl, the question remains, how many girls across African countries carry such greatness and are being discouraged? Even, I'm throwing it open to you as well. Have you ever seen a girl do sport and you say to her that you are not serious? Have you ever discouraged any girls doing sports? These are the questions that we need to also ask ourselves there, because we are all change makers. These faces here are the faces of change. So now, the truth is difficult. We know that Africa is talented. We have talented women, we have ambitious girls, and of course we have future champions. But we lack investment. We lack sustainable. So whatever we do, so I'll say this again, that Fame Foundation, we are very big on big on sustainability. Whatever we do has to be sustainable. So we don't do one-off stuff. So if we are going to support girls and we are looking at investment for women, investment for girls in sport, investment in infrastructure, in training, investment in sponsorship, visibility, investment in leadership pathways, these are lacking. Even sometimes we ask questions, are we getting enough investment for our organizations? Talk less of project beneficiaries. So too many girls, of course, are forced to confront barriers they should never have faced. Discrimination, people talk down on them, people try to discourage them and all that, telling them that they're not capable. And the system is not even designed for them to thrive. Africa is patriarchal. And I discovered something recently that even we have women, and I'm sorry to say this to our aunties in their late 50s, early 60s, they are patriarchy, they are thinking, they don't even want to. Sometimes when you try to let them reason why we need to work together and change this, it is not your generation. We have Benji 25, since Benji, a lot of things has changed, and you need to really come to pass and work with us, as our mamas. So I'm throwing it out to you as well, and I will come back to that. Now we'll go to African women rising. Yeah, despite these barriers, African women continue to rise. So look at Asisat Oshoala, for example. I don't know if you know Asisat Oshoala. Can you please indicate? Asista Oshoala is a Nigerian player who is currently with Barcelona women. So from Lagos to global football stage, she has become one of Africa's most celebrated female footballers. She has not only built an exceptional career, she has opened doors. She's even giving back to girls right now. I know that she has a lot of projects where she's doing, because she is a girl that sport has given so much to. So she's giving back to the girls in society. Then there's Tobi Amusan as well. I want to talk about this lady that I look forward to meeting. I was praying she's here today. She's a Kenya faith, keep paying on. She's a mother. She's, this is someone that I want to talk about, that, okay, because you're a woman, you do sports, you cannot give birth, you will not be desired, by men and all of that. But she is a mom, she's a champion, she's one of the finest on the continent. Just Google her name, she has shattered world records, she's, redefined what it means what about Caster Semenya? I met Caster in Finland last year during the Play the Game conference. We had about an hour discussion, and I respect her so much. There is so much that she want to do. She's even doing so much. She told me so much. She showed me photos of the things she's doing for the girls, even back home in South Africa. Caster, despite all the ups and downs, we all know her story, how she has been, challenged and all that. Despite that, she's still standing strong and all that. This is just to let you know that African women are strong. We are built to overcome challenges, both at home or in our career. And so these women are not just simply athletes, they are symbol of possibility, and they all have stories, different stories they've gone through, like challenges, but they are still doing well standing. So when we have women like this making efforts to give back, when we have women like this that are successful, how are we now going to make it sustainable? How are we going to invest in them? How are we going to support them? Now imagine this. So what if more million girls in Africa had access to the same opportunities? We know that it can be possible. Even in this country, I don't think every girl has access to the same opportunities. But can we make it like the opportunity should be more than less? What if talent in rural villages, urban communities, and underserved regions received the investment it deserved? What if no girl had to abandon her dream because of lack of support? And I want to ask as well, support is not about us as CSOs, changemakers. What about parents? Do we even have parents here who are like, so I'm not a mom to a girl, but those of you that are girl moms, do you support your girls in sport? Have you ever even encouraged a niece, a cousin, someone, or a girl in your neighborhood, even your religious centers, who is willing to do sport? Have you ever found yourself encouraging her to do sports? Do we even do that? This is a question that we need to answer ourselves before we even go out there to work with other people. Let it start from home, from within. So now, because investing in women's sports, okay, it's not about just competing. It's about transformation. It's about, putting the right policies and implementation in place. Research constantly shows that girls who participate in sport develop greater confidence. This is not a cliche. It's not a stereotypical or maybe usual conference talks. It is just the reality that when they do sport, they have confidence, leadership skills, discipline. For someone like me who work with displaced persons, I can tell you from my experience that girls that I were working with, in the past 10 years, Nigeria has had challenges in terms of Boko Haram terrorism, and over 5 million people are all over the place displaced. And at FAME, we have been using sport as a tool to support them. And I can tell you that these girls are getting themselves, they are overcoming trauma because of sport. We can't just be organizing conferences, we sit down, we talk. But, sport is practical. We do yoga, we get sports psychologists, we talk to them, they go on the field. Even their mothers as well, we get them involved as well. So this is just sport is just, it's not merely about competition. It also helps, for the mental development of young girls. So sport, of course, creates leaders. I said that earlier. It builds resilience, changes future, and Africa needs this more than ever. As we know that we have the youngest generation globally, and so this is why the reality check. This is why investment in women's sport must move beyond rhetoric. It requires deliberate action by you and I. That was why I called all of us here change makers. It's not about you want to go to London, you want to take photos. Of course, it's good to take photos, but what about the real action? What are you taking back home? Are you going to put what you learn here, the notes you copied here, are you going to take it back home to see how to work with? Then government must establish stronger policies, funding, and structures. I know some ministers are here as well, and they are the middlemen between the public and the citizens, the government and the citizens, ministers. And are you working with civil society organizations, non-profit organizations to see how you can, help girls in your office? It's not about you being a minister, Madam Minister, of course, congratulations, we celebrate you. But how will people say when you're no longer in office? Are they going to say, will the anti-corruption organizations be following you that you have made money and all that? Or will different girls come out and say that you're doing well? They put it into government, women in government as well. Let us, create bond. Let us, come up with the right policies that will help the girl and all that. So we should also encourage strong institutions. I always say this about America, it's a country I respect because they have strong institutions. So even if someone like me come back tomorrow to become a president in a country like America, it will still work because they have created institutions. So how are we going to create institutions that will last our time in office? So media also, journalists, we should also amplify women's stories. Open the news today, go to sports pages. You will just see a small page for women's sports. The rest, when I was in the newsroom, this is something that I really struggle with. 95% male story, male sport news, 5% for women. So the media also has a lot of work to do in amplifying our story and telling our story. So it's not charity, it's not a side project, but a strategic investment, a smart investment, an investment with economic, social, and generational returns. We need more women in sport leadership, and not that because you are a leader in sport as a woman, are you carrying other women along? Are you supporting other women? Are you like after your appointment or you are in office, you surround yourself with men? So how will the women benefit from you? More women as federation presidents, more women as coaches, more women as administrators, more women in decision-making roles. Have you ever voted for a woman before in your country? That's the question. Have you ever voted for a woman before? Can you answer that question? Because representation changes systems, system change outcomes. The decisions we make today will determine the future we create tomorrow. So young girls across Africa are watching you and I. They are watching what we celebrate. They are watching what we fund and what we ignore. And the question is simple. Are we telling them the right stories? The room is filled with leaders, and leadership is not simply about identifying problems. It's about creating solutions. This is our opportunity to shape the future, create an Africa where talent is not wasted, where dreams are not buried, where women are fully empowered to thrive. So